You poured hours into your Etsy shop. You researched the niche, you designed what you genuinely believed was a great product. And impressions might even be happening. People are seeing your listing, but the clicks aren't coming. Or the clicks come and somehow they just don't turn into sales. If that's where you are right now, I want you to hear me out, because the solution is almost certainly not what you think it is. When a listing underperforms, most sellers default to one of two reactions: either dump the listing and crank out 10 new ones, essentially spray and pray, or assume that the product itself is broken and walk away from the niche entirely. I get it, more listings feels like more chances, but think about what that actually means work-wise. You're abandoning work you already did and gambling that the next 10 guesses will magically just be better than the last one. But here's the truth: if your existing listings are already getting impressions, you don't have a product problem. You don't have a niche problem. You have a presentation problem. And that's good news, because a presentation is probably the most fixable variable of your entire shop. It's cheap, it's fast, and the best part, you can do it again and again until it works. It's a very iterative process. So this video is not about ditching your listings, it's about iterating on them. And listen, I don't want you to tune out if your listings are already doing well. This applies to you too, maybe even more. Just hang with me. You've probably heard of Mr. Beast. Everybody has. The guy is famous for absolutely absurd view counts. Yes, his content is hyper engaging, it's very good, but he figured out something that a lot of creators never do. He realized that YouTube isn't a video platform, it's a click and watch platform. If people don't click, they don't watch the video. It doesn't matter how good the video is if the thumbnail doesn't pull them in. And selling online works the exact same way. Etsy or Shopify, they're not product platforms. They're click and buy platforms. If people don't click, they don't buy. It doesn't matter how good your product is, how fair your price is, how clean your description reads. I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can use Kittl to take a flat, underperforming listing image and turn it into something that actually earns the clicks. Whether you're doing print on demand, selling a physical product, whatever your model, whatever your platform, the principles are the same. The tools are the same. And you can apply every bit of this to your shop today. And I'm gonna go through multiple examples so you can really get a hold of it. So let's get into it. So here we are inside of a Kittl project. It's really quite simple. Don't get overwhelmed. I'm gonna go through every single piece of this so you can really and truly fully understand what's going on here. A couple of quick things to note. There are two ways that you can navigate about the canvas in this tool, the canvas just being the total space area of the product. If you're using a laptop with a trackpad, or you have like an Apple Magic Mouse or something like that, you can just simply navigate around the canvas using your trackpad. If you don't have that, you can simply click the space bar and then click and drag to navigate the canvas if you want a little bit more of a tactile feel. Along with navigating, there are a couple ways that you can zoom in and out of the canvas. Again, if you have a trackpad, you can simply just zoom in and out by using the trackpad. If you don't have that, you can just use the plus and minus arrow keys to zoom in and out of the canvas. So we got two different sections in this template right here. And by the way, this template is linked below in the description. So if you want to go sign up for a free Kittl account and use this template and follow along with me, probably going to be really, really helpful. And it will be of no cost to you at all. So you're going to see essentially two different sides to this template. A lot of the templates are structured the same way. We've got a side over here that's kind of a little bit more for if you already have a nice product shot of whatever your product is. And then the right side is, I don't have a nice product image of whatever I'm selling. In this case, it's a t-shirt. You could just take a photo of it with your iPhone, plop it in here, and we're going to generate some cool stuff. So let's go ahead and assume that I don't have a great product image. I've got one right here that, could be just taken with an iPhone. Again, it really doesn't have to be a professional level photo. Just snap any sort of clean picture of your product. And what we're going to do is we're just going to simply click and delete the product that is in this image board right here, and we're going to drag ours in. We've got a couple of different alignment tools and things because along with being an AI design tool, it is also a traditional design tool as well. There are a bunch of text and pen tool, vector things, elements, all of these things that you can use to create designs as well. But in this video, we're just really focusing on product imagery. So once that is done, we've got this little board right here. The way that this was made is simply by just hovering over the initial artboard that we have right here. And then you're going to see this little dot right here. And if I click on this, it's going to give me some options. So this first board right here is an AI image board. We're not to the video boards yet. We'll get there, but don't worry. So this is an AI image board, and you can also add mockups as well. We have a very extensive mockup library with lots of amazing stuff. So if this was just a artboard with a design on it, not a product image, I could also go the mockup route, and then you can even get into branching off of mockups into more AI boards and video boards from there. And really what I'm just trying to get you to understand is the flow of things and the logic behind how things flow and connect together. For example, if I click AI image board, it's going to load in another board and then give me the ability to add a prompt right here. I'll come back to this, but for now, we're going to focus on what the template already provides to us. If you hover over this initial AI generation right here, you're going to notice down in the bottom left corner that this actually just says regenerate. So that is using the prompt that is already connected to this board with a pre-specified model and aspect ratio to regenerate the same prompt again, but with your product. So let's go ahead and click regenerate on this one. And while that generates, we can go down here and maybe prompt a little something of our own. I could say something like clean top down product shot of this shirt laying on top of a pile of yellow flowers. We also have style presets. If you feel like you're not good at prompting or you really haven't learned much about prompting, we've got lots of different style presets in here that you can go through, pick and choose different things. It's super helpful if you're starting from complete scratch and you're not referencing anything. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. The next thing that you can do is choose from a bunch of different AI models. And look at that, we've already got a generation, but I'm gonna keep powering through here on this. I'm going to use Nano Banana Pro, and there are a couple of different options here for aspect ratio. This is dependent on the AI model that you are using. Some don't have specific aspect ratios. So if you go into the aspect ratio section and you're saying, well, I don't have 1:1 or they don't have 4:3, try another AI model and most likely you'll find one that will. So we're gonna keep this as 1:1 or match input and generate this. And that gives us a second to look at this fantastic clean generation that we've already gotten. So I just want to emphasize the difference between these two things and which one somebody would be more likely to click on. I mean, just take note, take stock in your mind right now. Which of these two images would you be more willing to click on? And then we all know that the more clicks you get, the more potential there is for sales. So we're already doing pretty good. Branching off of this board, again, I'm going to demonstrate this. Look, there we go. Another fantastic product image generated, looking really, really cool. It'd be really, really great to add to a listing. So these video boards were created the same way that this image board was created. Hover over at the board, or you can just select it and then it's going to give you different options. This one being AI video board. So if I click this, boom, it would pop one down. It's in 16:9 right now. Don't let that scare you. Like I said, certain video models have different aspect ratios. So we could come down and select something like clean video 3.0 Pro, and boom, there we have a 1:1 aspect ratio. Especially if you're selling on Etsy, you're probably going to want that. Then we have options for amount of time and whether or not we want to add audio. You do have to prompt the audio, and you can prompt the audio. We don't want to get in the weeds with that right now. That's probably a different video, so we're going to keep powering through. But I hope what you're seeing is that each of these video boards is just referencing the board that it's tied to as you can see by these purple arrows. And again, you can click on these and open the prompt panel to see what video model, the aspect ratio, the amount of time, and what prompt was used. So I'm just going to go through and hit regenerate on all three of these. In the meantime, I'm actually going to prompt something of my own. And when I open this prompt panel, you can see right here that this is the start frame. You can add end frames. Sometimes it's very, very helpful to tell the video, this is how it's going to start and this is how it's going to end. So I could take a board right here, add another image board, just so we don't get mixed up. I'm going to put this right here and say, remove the shirt from this image showing only the grass and flowers. And there we go. We have essentially this same photo, but without the shirt in it. Now you can see if I open this panel, I've got the first image, but the end frame is not connected yet. We have to connect the end frame to this board. So what we're going to do is hover over this one. You'll see your little dot appear, and we're just going to drag this over and boop, connect it to that board. Now, if I open this panel, I see my start frame and my end frame and where I can put my prompt in. So we can prompt something very, very simple here, like female hand with gold finger rings reaches into frame and pulls the shirt away. And I'm going to stick with cling 1 by 1. 3 seconds is probably good. Doesn't really need to be a long video, and no audio for this one. And we'll hit generate. And those 3 generations are done. So I can go through and click and see a couple of the different videos that were generated. Again, you can change the prompts on these. It doesn't have to stick as what it is right now. So the templates are very helpful for, getting started, but our desire is for you to actually learn how to use the platform and then take it and run with it so that you can create things of your own and really have confidence in them, creating some really cool, unique stuff for your products. And we have our last generation back. Excellent. It is exactly what I prompted. The female hand with the gold rings, pulling the shirt out of frame. I love how you can see it kind of sift over the grass and you see the grass move. Very, very nice, very realistic, and would be an excellent addition to a listing. And you don't have to generate things with start and end frames. I really like controlling the process a little bit more and having it be more predictable. Give it that start, give it that end, and a nice prompt, and you'll be good to go. Selling online, and I want to be really clear here, this applies to all of it. Print on demand, physical product, handmade, drop shipping, it doesn't matter what the platform is either. It is a numbers game. And the single most freeing mental shift is to stop thinking in hard numbers and start thinking in percentages. Say your listing gets 1,000 impressions a week and your click-through rate is 1%, that's 10 clicks. Now imagine you change one thing, your main image, and your click rate moves to 2%. You didn't double your traffic. You didn't gain the algorithm. You didn't create a new product. You didn't just get lucky. You made a better image. And now you've gotten 20 clicks, same impressions, same product, twice the eyes on your page. Look, it doesn't matter if you have the perfect product in the perfect niche at the perfect price. If your visuals don't earn the click, none of that really matters. Your main listing image is doing the heaviest listing in your entire shop. And most sellers spend about 10 minutes on it in the day that they list it, and then they just never touch it again. They don't experiment to figure out what works, and you can do that differently. So pick one listing, just one. I'm challenging you. One listing, the one that's been quietly nagging at you that you feel like it should be doing better, the one with impressions but no clicks, or the ones that has clicks but no sales, and you're gonna give up on it. Open Kittl and run the exact same process that I walked you through, and then just list it with the new images, and then just simply update your product with the new images, and do it now, not next week, not tomorrow, just do it today. And to get you started, I've dropped a link in the description for Kittl with my code right here. And if you're not ready to commit to something financially yet, that's totally fine too. You can sign up and try Kittl completely for free. I hope this video was super helpful. Drop a comment and let us know what else you would like to see here on the channel, different types of listing and visual tricks to help get more impressions and sales. We will see you in the next one.